Hey team, Kat here. Hope you're doing super well and having a really great week. If you feel like you've hit a ceiling in your income and your impact that you're making in your business and the growth of your business, if you've been sharing content with what feels like the same audience for months and you're really not getting that reach that you want, you're not really growing your audience and you want to attract more clients, but you don't really know what to do differently, this video is for you. You know that video is such an important way to grow your business and reach more clients, but you've kind of been putting it off. You find that it takes a lot of time, or you want to learn more about it before you do it, or maybe you do it now and then, but it's not consistent. So there are three main problems that most people face when it comes to growing their business through video content. The first problem is feeling overwhelmed. A lot of people feel overwhelmed when it comes to video by how much there is to learn and what they need to do and how to make them effective and how to make them work, and they don't really know where to start. And they tend to kind of overcomplicate it or overthink it. They kind of think it feels really hard and it feels complicated and I just need to do more research about it and it's on my to-do list and I'll get to it one day, someday. And then weeks and months can go by and they still aren't consistently sharing on video. The second problem is feeling unconfident. A lack of confidence is a big problem for a lot of people. It was definitely for me. And I had a lot of fears around video. It was never easy for me to show up live, particularly to show up live. I remember my social media manager years ago saying, there's this new thing called live. I think this was about 2014, 2015. And she's like, you got to go live, you got to go live. And I just avoided it. I just had a lot of fear around it. Thinking things like, I'm afraid of looking silly. I'm afraid of being judged. I'm afraid of stumbling my words. I'm afraid of saying ums and ahs or going blank and having a mind blank. And I'm afraid of no one showing up, all of that stuff. And feeling unconfident really stops a lot of people when it comes to being consistent with video. And the third problem is not knowing what to say. So it can really be a challenge for a lot of people to make your message really clear, compelling, concise, engaging. And that was a big problem for me. I had no idea really where to start when it came to video. And I would just often turn the video on because I remember my mentor at the time was like, don't think about it, don't plan it, just hit go live and just talk. And so I kind of attached this experience of feeling like I didn't know what I was doing and rambling and going off in tangents and it not being very effective, and not realizing that if I actually had a structure to follow, if I had a formula to follow, instead of just winging it, it would be way more enjoyable for me and for my viewers and a lot more effective, and people would actually get a lot more value out of it. So if you don't have a formula to follow for your video content, a lot of those fears can come up and you do end up, I saw a lady the other day, she didn't put any caption on her Facebook Live video. I didn't know what it was about, but she was just talking and walking around her kitchen and it was all over the place. It was like she was just a stream of consciousness coming out. And I remember thinking, if she knew how to structure it, she's saying a few things that are quite cool, but there's no logical order to it, and so it's not really valuable. So when you have a structure and you know what you're going to say, when you have a formula, it doesn't mean that it's going to restrict you. It means that you have a way of knowing what order the human brain follows, so that you can make sure that you cover every type of person. You can make sure that you're covering the journey that someone goes through in their mind when they're listening to a piece of content. So to be able to grow our business, we need to be sharing content consistently, of course. And there are two things that your content must have in order to grow your business: connection and credibility. So connection, you need connection for people to feel like they like you, that they have rapport with you, that they have a relationship with you. They get a good feeling when they listen to you. So that connection is about building that relationship, that rapport. If you don't have that, they're not going to work with you, no matter how good you are at what you do. And then the credibility is where you demonstrate your ability to be able to actually get a result for a client. So we need connection, that feeling of knowing and liking, and we need credibility to trust a person. And the fastest way to accelerate the growth of connection and credibility is through video. It's the fastest way. If you don't consistently share videos, you are probably missing out on a big opportunity. There was a study done by HubSpot, and they say that video content on social media is shared 12 times more than written text and image posts combined. So if you are just relying on written content like blogs and emails and posts to do your marketing for you, you're only reaching a small percentage of your potential audience, because some people don't want to read. They want to watch video. So I always recommend written content and video content, but not everyone just wants to read. And there are a lot of stats around how the social media platforms are showing your videos way more than they're showing written. So videos can really propel your business growth and your credibility so much easier. And if you're a coach, or if you're working with someone one-on-one, you know, like you're a therapist or a healer or a mentor or a tutor, you know, it's a very personal experience, and people want to see your face. You know, video is more emotional, it's more compelling than just text on a page, and video helps you build that relationship with people really, really quickly. And I find that if someone has watched some of my videos before they jump on a call to me to find out about my program and see if it's the right fit, then they're way more likely to join if they've watched videos, because I've done a whole lot of educating, done a whole lot of trust building, credibility, connection, all of that. They've got to know my method, they've got to know my ways of thinking. And so it just really speeds up the sales cycle, which is really cool. And it's way more fun when someone jumps on a Zoom call with me. It feels warm. They're like, hey, Kat, you know, I've watched your videos, and it just feels like we know each other, which is really cool. And the other thing is, you know, if you're just doing written posts, but you're delivering your coaching service on Zoom, it's a bit of a disconnect, because it goes from text on a page to you being in a Zoom room. So it's quite different. You know, people don't really get to know you as much and connect with you if they're just reading words on a page. Video, you can also share some complex information in a really concise and engaging way. It takes a lot longer to be able to do that in writing. And there's also a study that shows that I think it's about 95% of a message is retained from watching a video, compared to about 10% is retained from reading it in text. It's massive, right? It's really huge. Oh, by the way, if you're here live, thank you for joining live. Just pop a hashtag live if you're joining live. I'd love to see who is here. Thank you for jumping on. If you're watching the replay, just pop a hashtag replay, and please share your thoughts. I love to hear your thoughts around what I'm sharing. I love this to be interactive. I know it's just me talking, but I always go back and read the comments. So please do write your comments in there. What's coming up for you? Any other thoughts that you've got as I'm speaking, always really value it. Thank you. So really, the sooner that you get a system in place for consistently sharing content, the sooner your content is out there in the world doing its job. And, you know, months later, people can be watching it years later. I had a lady jump on a conversation with me, I think it was Thursday last week, and she had binged watched a whole heap of my videos here in the Facebook live Facebook group. And she was just ready. She's like, I've watched heaps of your videos. You've educated me on what I need. I watch your belief shifting content. I know that that's exactly what I need to do. And I can see that that's what you're good at. So let's sign up. And she just went for it. It was such a quick sales call, and she just joined. And that I recorded that video ages ago, I think over a year ago, and it's out there doing its job. It's up on my YouTube channel. I've got a whole system that whenever I go live, my VA downloads it, transcribes it, puts it up on YouTube, puts it up on my website, sends it out as an email. It's a whole system of leverage. And so that's doing a whole lot of the heavy lifting and selling for you. So if you don't love selling, jump on video and you don't have to do as much selling. And while you're sleeping, eating, shopping, on holiday, serving your clients, your content is out there also working for you, which is really cool. and you can get a sale like from content that you posted months ago. And it means that you become a better content creator. Like the more you show up on video, the better you get at it. That's the only way to get better at something, is by doing it and doing it over and over again. So there's so many benefits, right? I could keep going. Another benefit that just came to mind is that when you're out there on video, you're more likely to be asked to speak in summits, on podcasts, and other people's Facebook groups. You get invited more to speak. People see you more as an authority on your topic. Oh, she's got something to say, which ultimately can lead to more clients. So one of the most important parts of your videos is that it inspires action. It needs to inspire action. It can't just be entertaining. It can't just be informational. So following a formula allows you to inspire action, because you know exactly what is needed to inspire action. It enables you to build a deeper connection, because you won't just be going off on random tangents, trying to think about what to say. You have the formula and you trust it. You feel organized, excuse me, and you're more structured because you're speaking within a framework. And you can be intuitive within that framework, but you don't want to just rock up and rely on your intuition to tell you what to say without planning that, without organizing it. So every time I share a video, I always follow a formula. The best speakers in the world always follow a formula. The best speeches that you've ever heard, and some of your favorite speakers, they have practiced and rehearsed it following a structured formula. When you follow a formula, you can trust that it will make sense to your audience, and then you can flow within that in a natural way. So if you don't have that structural formula, you can get more nervous and you can get more rambly. So I'm now going to share with you my 5-step video mastery formula. This is a formula that I share with my clients, and I work with my clients with this formula to come up with really great, engaging, compelling videos that inspire action. And the formula is really simple. So you'll realize that your excuses will disappear and you'll actually enjoy speaking on video. You'll actually find it fun. Like, I always enjoy it. I really look forward to it. So here's the formula, team. If you're taking notes, write this down. It's very simple. They are just 5 words. Number 1, attention. The first thing that we need to do, these go in order, by the way. The first thing that we need to do is grab attention. There are 2 different ways that I recommend that you get attention. Number 1, a powerful question. Number 2, a strong statement. So a powerful question or a strong statement. And it's really important that we word it the way our ideal client would describe it. So we need to take ourselves all the way back to when we were that person that we're now helping, and get into their head and think about how they word things. What is the problem that they are going through right now? What is manifesting in their life right now? What is the specific symptoms and scenarios going on for them? Very specifically. A lot of people use very vague, very broad, very fuzzy language, or very marketing-ish language, as opposed to just saying what someone is thinking. So something that helps with this is to imagine that you're just having a chat with them in a cafe. I've been helping some clients with this week, and I've just said to them, okay, I'm your ideal client. I'm sitting across from you at a cafe. What do I say to you about my problem? How do I describe it? And that just really helps you speak to them in a way that they get. So at the start of our video, we've got to grab attention because we're speaking to the hindbrain. The hindbrain, it's also known as the lizard brain, the croc brain, the reptilian brain. It's the oldest part of our brain, and that hindbrain has a checkpoint that is at a subconscious level deciding whether this is going to be worth their time. They want to know, is this going to be helpful for me? Is it going to be worth my time? Is it valuable? So if we make a powerful statement, ask a powerful question, or make a strong statement that's intriguing, and it's also in their language that shows that you get them, that will hook them in, and they'll say, oh, that's cool. Especially if you're doing it in a way that they haven't probably heard it before. They think, oh, that's a bit interesting. I haven't heard it said quite in that way before. That's actually going to solve my number 1 problem at the moment. So that's attention. Number 2 is why. Why? The next thing is to share why the topic is so important. We always have to share the why. Why learners, there are 4 different learning styles. Why learners are the most impatient, and we've got to appease them first. And all of us will respond better to learning something when we know why it's important. If you're trying to convince them that they need something, then people need a lot of why before they'll actually go and do the thing. So we really want to build the why and also what it is, rather than just diving into the how. If we give too much how-to content, people can kind of just grab it and run, and they don't actually realize the importance of it. They're not sold into it. They're not inspired to make a change. So you want to put those important reasons in there to inspire your viewers to actually want to make this change. And don't just give obvious reasons that people already know. You know, take your time to really think about that why section thoroughly, because people will take action when they know something is important. They know why it's important. So that's the why section. Grab attention, go into the why. Number 3, credibility. The third thing we need to do is share very briefly our credibility. Why are you qualified to speak about this topic? Especially if you're showing up in someone else's audience, it's really important that you frame it in a way that people realize why you're qualified to speak. It doesn't need to be, you know, I've got a degree in this. It can literally be something like, I was just chatting with my inner circle group this week about this subject. So, okay, she's got an inner circle. That just shows there's some expertise. It's kind of like there's this little checkbox in their mind and they tick it, oh, she's got clients. Okay, she's got experience. Or maybe you mention that what you're sharing is from a chapter of your book. And so they're thinking, oh, she's an author. She has organized knowledge around a subject. Or over the last 5 years of helping people with XYZ. So you can talk about your years of experience, or you might say, I've been working with hundreds of people since 2013. Anything that you can drop in about your credibility, that's quick and easy to do. Number 4, the fourth thing that we do is teach. In the teach section, we share something educational that helps them with one problem that they're facing. The most important thing to do in the teach section is to teach in a way that shifts a belief. I was sharing about this with my inner circle tonight, that it's like the bridge of, okay, they think this is the problem, but you as the expert know this is the problem. So you're educating them on, you think it's this, but here's why it's not this, it's actually this. Here's the thing that you think is going to solve your problem. Here's the thing that's actually going to solve your problem. So a lot of people don't really think about the fact that anytime someone's going to make a change, it's because a belief change, it's because a mindset change. It always starts in the mind, right? And so a lot of people try to just post about behavior change or actions or here's how to do it without a mindset shift. And they forget to change a belief using their content. So it's always about starting with the mindset first. All of our content ultimately should shift beliefs, even micro beliefs. Imagine if every time you showed up, you shifted a belief and you just kept doing that. And all of a sudden they're ready to buy because they've consumed all these different content pieces. This is why we need a strategy, not just standalone pieces of content. They've consumed it and now they're ready to buy because their beliefs been shifted. Shifting a belief is way more powerful than just giving tips. Tips aren't really inspiring people to actually do something different. But when you're shifting beliefs, people actually get quite addicted to your content and you're warming them up for when they're ready to work with you. And number 5 is call to action. The final step in this 5-step formula is a call to action. And I usually give 2 options. I ask them to type a word in the comments, or I ask them to DM me. Remember, we don't want to put external links in because the social media platform will barely share it with anyone if you put any kind of external links. So I say something like, if you want XYZ, drop the word me into the comments right now. And I'm about to do it so that you can demonstrate it, so that I'm demonstrating so you can see what it looks like. So that's a brief look into the 5-step formula team. I've just kind of touched the surface, and it's kind of one thing to know these steps, but it's another to be able to really apply this and personalize it for yourself and put it into your own business and know exactly how to use it and how to share video in a way that converts your audience into leads and into paying clients. And it has a lot of layers to get this right, to be truly influential. So knowing how to fit your videos into your overarching marketing campaign so that you can consistently attract clients is also really important. So if you want to know how to do this and the exact methods that I use and I share with my clients, I'm sharing about this in depth at my upcoming 2-day VIP virtual retreat. It's happening this Friday and Saturday, 23rd and 24th of June. If you want a free guest pass to join us, we only have a couple of free tickets left. So drop the word VIP in the comments right now if you want to be one of the people who gets one of those last free guest passes to our VIP virtual retreat. So what we're doing in the retreat is going through this formula in depth, and I'm going to help you build it out, bring it to life, and be able to apply it into your business. We're building the whole thing out together to make it work for you. We're also going through an elegant invitation, how to invite people into your program using social media and email. We're going through the authentic enrollment formula, which is how to enroll clients really elegantly in your sales conversations. We're going to be looking at the blocks that are in the way of your next level of success. We're creating a step-by-step action plan for you. We've got expert guest sessions. We've got action taking sessions. We've got Q&A. We've got hot seats. We've got prizes. It's going to be a whole heap of fun. I only run these twice a year. So if you want to be if you want one of those free guest passes, I think we've got 2 or 3 left at the moment. So just pop the word VIP and I will send you out the details. Pop the word VIP in the comments right now, or send me a DM with the word VIP in the comments right now, and I'll send that out to you. Hope that's been super helpful, team, and that you can take this and run with it. I hope you feel inspired to show up and share more videos. Until I see you again, keep showing up and keep sharing your message because the world needs it. Big love. Take care. See you soon. Bye.